This is it. This should be it at the very least. Today is day, I think, 94, and we should be able to finish the SF route and the whole game in this episode. Hello, people. We are back for some more hundredline on the last route we will play together, SF. And I have lost all hope because of the last episode. I don't like this route, y'all. I don't like it, man. We're introduced to this route by the whole time leaping stuff, and yes, we are in a time loop. We have one good episode, one bad episode. One good episode, one bad episode. Technically, this would mean that this is going to be a good episode. I frankly don't have hope anymore. I feel like even though it ends well, it don't matter. It's been so painful. I don't think anything can redeem it. But anyway, we're gonna power through this. I'm gonna yap about this game because, oh boy, this game is good. There's some good things and we'll talk about them. But damn, there's a lot of bad things too. Hey, Tsubasa, is the life support system ready yet? I told you it'd be done on day 98, didn't I? Don't rush me. Do I even want to explain what happened last episode? No, some bullshit. It was ass booty cheeks. Once we'd cleaned up our dishes after breakfast, we hung around in the cafeteria and talked about what was coming. Sorry to open my Even if we managed to put baby Shion in the jar on day 98, won't we still have to fight Veshness on day 99? Why? If we take the baby out of the defense room device, the energy supply to the missiles will be cut off. Cut off? Since the final attack won't launch, this mission will be humanity's loss. You suggesting that the Hag won't bother fighting if that happens? Unfortunately, that's not the case. She's most certainly coming here to take the baby herself. We can hardly just hold up a white flag. All she said would be executed if we surrendered. In essence, there's no way for us to avoid fighting Veshness on day 99. For a moment, everyone looked uneasy. The twins were undeterred. Undeterred? It's fine. Like Takumi said yesterday, we're sure to win.
Yeah.
That's right. We don't have anything to worry about. Once we beat Veshness, the escape pod will be deployed on day 100. Then we all board it and head for the artificial satellite. You too? That's how we get the happiest of all happy endings. Yes, Rumi, yes. Everyone's faces turned cheerful again. I was relieved to see it. But hey, just to be sure, this escape pod thing is really, like, for sure, definitely going to deploy, right? It's corroded. It is corroded, so yes, it will, but yeah. It's hard to trust something that's basically hearsay from Saray. Then why don't we go find out? Huh? Hiruko and I know where the escape pod is kept. We saw it in another timeline. Hiruko and I led everyone to the hangar. When we got there, however, we couldn't believe what we were seeing. No. Oh my god. You did that last episode. This is the escape pod? But it's a corroded mess. No. This can't be. Everyone stood as if they'd been nailed to the spot. Dazed. A thick, chilling silence fell over the hangar. Eventually, Tsubasa broke it. It's the particle bacteria. The thing that messed up the school bus? From the state of the pod, there has to be. But we sprayed cubic liquid all over the school way back on day 42. There must have been some bacteria that survived. Maybe it was already in the vents by the time we started spraying. That's what she said in the other branch, yes. And then it found its way here? I think so. In this state, even if the pod is functional, it's not going to be able to break through the atmosphere. Do we have any QB liquid left? Even if we only have a drop, we can use the replicator to make more. That's right, let's hose that thing down and kill all the bacteria. Rather, it's already run down. I guess we could do that. But look at how bad this damage is. It's not the kind of thing we can repair with duct tape and polyfiller. What is polyfiller? How many days would it need to fix, Tsubasa? Tsubasa bit her lip. Then she answered with a deep sigh. Maybe 50 days. 50? Utter despair showed on everyone's faces. Nobody could find anything to say. We just stood aghast as gloom filled the air. I mean, yeah, what are we supposed to do from now on? Are we just gonna stay on the planet like in Ending 100? Matter of fact, I was just thinking about something. Yeah, I remember the Rio's plotline. Like Takumi doubting Hiruko because even though we tried to change things in other timelines, it played exactly the same as in Takumi's memories. What about that? We just forgot about that? No? We're just gonna break the what's it called? The loop just like that? After the morning announcement, I headed for the cafeteria. I had the feeling I wouldn't have much of an appetite, but I wanted to see everyone. They were all there already when I arrived. Well, not all of them, but one person was missing, Tsubasa. Is Tsubasa in the garage? Yes, he's still working on the life support system. Ain't shit we can do about the escape pod now. She said she wanted to prioritize the life support system instead. Seemed like everyone had regained some composure overnight. There was still a gloominess in their brave faces, but at least we were capable of holding a conversation again. You think the life support system will be ready in time? Brother, it better be. Without that, we can't get the baby out of the defense room. If that happens, the missiles will be fully charged, and the final attack will launch on day 100. And with the escape pod in such a dire state, we'd be unable to leave the planet. Without that life support system, the rest of us are screwed too. If it isn't finished, we'll all be killed. Shion, oh, I won't let that happen. What are you gonna say? You gonna stop it? Shion, there's a way to save all of you, even if the system isn't finished on time. You want us to kill you? Don't say it. You'll have to kill me by taking my real body out of the machine in the defense room. What are you saying? We couldn't. How could we possibly? It's not happening. I shut it down, Shion's suggestion, and glared at him. Everyone else backed me up. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'd rather you didn't worry about me. We've only had a short time together, but I've had so much fun with all of you. I'm satisfied with the life I've been able to live. Knock it off, man. That shit don't change anything. You're a friend. We can't just throw you away like that. Hold it, everyone. This is still hypothetical, remember? That's right. As long as the life support system gets finished, we won't have anything to worry about. By the way, there's something I'd like to ask you, Shion. Could you use your powers to stop the missiles from launching? Not supplying them, you mean? I'm afraid not. The missile launch is entirely automated. Is Hokago? What about the energy supply to the missiles? Can you stop it from draining you? Unfortunately, that's not possible either. The energy is spontaneously released from my body. Even if we cut all the pipes in the defense room or destroy the missiles, the outcome would be the same. Doing it might stop the final attack, but the baby inside the device will be consumed by his own flames. See, it's just like I said, we're screwed if Tsubasa doesn't finish that life support system. Indeed, it's the only way for us to remove Shion from the machine. At any rate, we're just going to have to let Tsubasa work her magic. This is so frustrating. I really want to help her, but she insists she's better off working alone. Hang this man. You're the reason she's so guarded right now. Suddenly, Shion spoke up, his expression rather uncomfortable. I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? Well, you're going through all of this for my sake, so I'm sorry. Cut it out, Shion. If you apologize one more time, you'll face the wrath of my galactic bazooka. What? It's not like we're being forced to help you against your will. Ah, we love you. That's the only reason we're doing this. So you don't have to apologize. We're saving you for our own sakes, Sir Shion. Thank you, everybody. Tears welled up, Tears welled in Shion's eyes. He wiped his face to hide them. How? The boy made out of fire is crying. That's not it. I got smoke in my eyes. Everyone smiled at Shion. It seemed like he wasn't used to getting this much attention. Aw. Well, I'm going to get going. I'll see you all soon. He disappeared in a flustered huff, leaving behind a few droplets on the ground where he'd been standing. Really? If you should give me some free time, I'm about it. 5 days left until day 100. What if our plan doesn't work? What will we do then? I'd avoided thinking about it during the day, but maybe the darkness was to blame for the disturbing shadows creeping through my mind. She can't finish the life support system in time. All of us will... I quickly shook my head, driving away those pessimistic thoughts. Yeah, right, you're supposed to be optimistic, right? Y'all forget that? Y'all remember that from Route Zero? Like the very few... The first 2 weeks, oh my god, I am not... locked in. It's fine. Things will work out. They have to. And they will. I repeated it like a mantra as I crawled into bed. The night felt unusually long. By the time I finally fell asleep, the haze of twilight was already drifting across the inside of my room. What? Oh, damn, really? Well, I don't mind. Oh no.
川名さん、調子の方はいかがでしょうか。
I told you all to leave me alone. What are you doing here anyway? Well, today is day 99, day 98, you know? You said you'd have the life support system ready by now, right? Whatever I'm saying, bro. We were just wondering if maybe you were close? I didn't say I'd have it done by day 98. My god, I can't. Day 98. I said on day 98. So, anytime today, before the stroke of midnight? What's with your tone? Are you trying to rush me? I'm busting my ass over here. Everyone fell silent. We couldn't argue with that. Anyway, I need to be alone to concentrate. I'm sorry, but I really need you all to go. If you don't want to get burned alive by the final attack, that is. It wasn't usual for Tsubasa to be so blatantly on edge. Her eyes were bloodshot, and dark circles hung under them. She probably hadn't slept for the past few days. Everyone, let's do what she says. We have to trust her to finish it. Let's get going. I lightly tapped everyone on the shoulders. All 15 of them? Gave Tsubasa, bro, a deep nod and left the garage. This is the second time they make that mistake. Remember, you are calling them by their first names. We hadn't eaten any breakfast yet, so we stopped at the cafeteria. But I wasn't in the mood to eat. Everyone else seemed to feel the same. They stood around without heading to the counter to make any food. Hey, when does the final attack start on day 100 anyway? What time? It should be around 10 o'clock in the morning. We've got another 50 hours to go then. Will the life support system be ready in time? Tsubasa said it would be done before the day was over. We just have to believe in her. A heavy tension filled the air. Suddenly, Darumi cut right through it. Ooh, I have an idea! Everyone looked at Darumi in confusion. Takumi and Mr. Shiruko, you said there are set times when you can parallel leap, right? Yeah, we did. When's the next window? Today, from 9:20 to 11:50 p.m. You wanna snatch it? I know! I knew it! I knew it! I think there was some problem about we were talking about like the life support last episode, and I felt like something was about to go wrong with it. And I was like, they're gonna go into the other branch. The one where they send the remaining people to the mystery timeline. And they were about to snatch the support system. Is that where she's getting at? Perfect timing! Then my plan might actually work. What plan is this? We should all jump to a different timeline. We can find one with an intact escape pod and use that to go to the satellite. Pretty smart, right? Everybody's faces lit up, their eyes sparkling with hope. But no, can't do that. Why not? We won't be able to bring the baby with us without the life support system. We'd be leaving Shion to die. Hold on. Oh, my dumbass. My dumbass. And she said escape pod, not support system. We'd be leaving Shion to die. There are other reasons not to as well. I heard something from Shion yesterday. Boarding is restricted on the escape pod. Only Special Defense Unit members registered with the pod can board. If an unregistered outsider gets in, the pod won't launch. What about Eva? Oh, she's probably a registered member now, right? Because Suri did that? Oh no, so I won't be allowed on board. Well, do not worry about me. It's not just you. Even if we brought the baby and the life support device on board, he isn't registered. So we can't take him either. Oh, for the love of murder. We'd also have to consider the SDU in whatever timeline we leap to. Some of them may have lost their lives, but at least a few should have survived. We'd be stealing their futures if we use their pod. It amounts to killing another timeline's version of ourselves. Couldn't do that, could we? The glimmer vanished from everyone's eyes. No one had a counter-argument. We have to stay in this timeline and grapple with the destiny given to us. Yes, that's right. We need to do that. We need to do what we can here. What do you mean? Tomorrow is our final battle with Veshness. We need to be in good mental and physical condition for that. Not just for ourselves, but also for Tsubasa, who's working herself to the bone for all of us. This is not... whatever, bro. I don't care anymore. You're right. Even if she finishes the life support system, everything goes to shit if we lose. Enough worrying. If we let our minds get weak, our bodies will follow. Type shit. Everybody, let's hold firm. We'll trust in Tsubasa and keep waiting. Suddenly, the unease vanished from everyone's faces. There was a new glint in their eyes this time. One of hope. To me, it looked like the flames of passion burning in anticipation of tomorrow's battle. Whatever I said, bro, I think I said something wrong. Everyone dispersed in their rooms. You're gonna give me free time again. We didn't go back to our rooms after dinner. We hung around the cafeteria, waiting in silence for news from Tsubasa. Is she gonna fight as well tomorrow? That'd be crazy, bro. We spent an hour waiting. It was then that I noticed one of us was missing. Hiruko? Huh? Where's Hiruko? I think she actually went to another timeline to snatch the pod. The support system. Oh my god. She said she had to go to the bathroom. She's been gone for a while. Felt a vague sense of unease. I'm going to look for her. In the bathroom? Let everyone know my plans and dashed out of the cafeteria. 8:35 p.m. Seeing the time reminded me of something. The leap window. The next time you can parallel leap is today, from 9:20 to 11:50 p.m. Could it be? Sprinted down the hallway and into the entrance hall. Beside the door, there was only one fire extinguisher. I knew it! Damn it, Hiruko! I took the remaining fire extinguisher and ran outside. Does that mean the team is stuck inside the school? Hiruko had probably gone to the lab. But what timeline could she be going to? Confused, I hurried through the ruined streets. And also remember, she got leap damage. How is that going to play a part? I ran inside and looked around. No sign of anyone. There were white particles flickering throughout the room. I'm too late. I checked the monitor. I checked the machine's logs. Immediately, I knew where Hiruko had gone. Serial killer timeline? But why there? Slasher? Why? There shouldn't be any support systems there? No, we really don't care about Shion in this timeline. I was clueless, but trying to reason it out wasn't going to do anything. I set up the machine and quickly put on my leap suit. Do you think Hiruko threw out the one that was effective, I guess? The one with the holes? I completed my leap and ran outside the lab. Still no sign of Hiruko. If she was going to go anywhere, it would have been to the school. I murmured to myself and took off running again. I took my leap suit off as soon as I could. I wanted to be as light as possible. I ran until I finally reached the academy. I looked around and immediately spotted Hiruko. She was hiding in the shadows, looking at something some distance away. I quietly made my way over until I was standing right beside her. Where did you come from? Could you announce your arrival next time? Despite her surprise, Hiruko still kept her voice down. What are you doing here anyway? Did you follow me? Yeah. How did you know I was me and not the me from this timeline? Well, Hiruko cast a sidelong glance. There were two people standing in that direction. Oh, it's the bench scene, I think. Where she hugs him. It was the Hiruko and me from this timeline. Kumi2 and Hiruko 2.
なるほど。あっちに隅の2がいるからか。
Kumi2 was sitting quietly on the bench, as still as a wax statue. Hiruko 2 stood before him, looking down on him with an affectionate gaze. Just then, a hoarse voice passed through Kumi2's lips. Hey, Hiruko, please, stay by my side, just for a moment. Hiruko 2 didn't answer. She drew closer in silence, gently holding his head in her hands. And then, yeah. Just watching it made my body burn with a fever. I remembered everything. Oh, you remember the end of this route? Her warmth, her pulse, even the sound of her breath. It was as if I could hear it right next to me. And of course, the scent of lavender, the sweet, enchanting smell that tickled my nose.
大丈夫だから。
My chest tightened as the sound of her. My chest tightened at the sound of her of her soft voice. I was shaken, my mind utterly blank. That's right. I remember. Back then, I couldn't hold back the emotions surging inside of me. So I said,
俺静原のこと
We did not see that. We did not see that in Slasher. In Japanese, he said,
静原のこと
I, ore, Shizuhara no koto is like about Hiruko. Right? About as in, I feel some kind of way toward you. Have we actually seen that? I don't remember, but day 98 is almost over. I'll be honest with you. To me, the events of this day, of this very moment, they were so precious, so irreplaceable, so important. It was the reason for everything. Everything? Yes. You mean why you came here? You wanted to see them again? No, that's not all. The reason I went to see Hiruko too with you on day 16. The reason I brought the power saw. The real thing we were just talking about. The reason I lied about Takumi 2 being healed the next day. Everything I did was to make sure this moment would be recreated. In other words, I laid down all the tracks needed to create a line that leads to this moment. Because I wanted to protect this timeline. I didn't want this moment to disappear. But you lied to us again.
そこにいる隅の2。彼の脳内にはギーの意識データがあるわ。彼はギーに寄生されている。そのせいで彼はこのタイムラインで多くの仲間たちを手にかけた。もしも私が初期の段階で彼の治療を優先していたら、その悲劇が起こら
But
な
then
い
you'd never have
別のレー
that
ルが敷かれていたはずよ。
relationship
だ
with
けど
him?
私はそれをしなかった。彼が罪を犯すと知りながらも、あえてそのことを感化した。彼のあなたのあの言葉が聞きたくて、ただそれだけのために、たったそれだけのために、私は
Do you despise me for it? You must think I'm a horrible person. No, those words aren't enough to describe what I've done. You killed everyone because of the geese. What? You killed everyone because the geese stole your ability to reason. But the same can't be said for me. I made the conscious choice to allow all of this pain and suffering to take place. In that sense, my sin is far more grave. I know I can never be forgiven. That might be why I'm trapped in this endless loop. This is my punishment. I'm trapped in a prison I can never escape. For all of eternity. To pay for the horrible things I've done. I couldn't find my words. It was as if I'd been robbed of the ability to speak. On the one hand, Hiruko was right. Her crime was unforgivable. But for whatever reason, I couldn't bring myself to blame her. An indescribable, windingly complex heat wavered inside my mind. It was anger, hatred, and sadness. But it was also a heart-wrenching affection. Takumi 2 and Hiruko 2 huddled together in the darkness. One who had committed so many sins, and one who was about to commit even more. Two people bound in the chains of a cursed fate. But Hiruko had done everything just to see this very moment. We quietly watched and waited until the two of them parted. In the silence, shaky breaths filled the air. Hiruko's sobs spilled from her lips as she could no longer hold them back. Really? Really, huh? Y'all remember I told y'all that we are in a time loop. We are in a curse. Well, Hiruko couldn't have said it better. Yes. Hold on, let's go back to the dialogue. I am trapped in a prison I can never escape. Good episode, bad episode. Good episode, bad episode. Good episode. This is good. This is good. I've been recording for 30 minutes, and even the bullshit we've been saying at the start, all the people talking and shit, it's been enjoyable. Weirdly enough. We made it back to our home timeline just before midnight last night. By the time we got to the academy, the date had rolled over. Morning came and there wasn't any good news from Tsubasa. So we didn't actually snatch the support system, huh? And I suppose the next window is like not today? Or is it? Maybe it's tomorrow, who knows? The final battle is upon us. We need to ensure we win. Not just for ourselves, but also for Tsubasa's sake as she works on the life support system. Is that understood? As much as I care about Tsubasa, I'm more concerned about how losing would be a death sentence. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of... What the fuck? What? Gangsta's Paradise? Our strategy is exactly how Hiruko laid it out. Everyone remembers it, right? My power and the poison trap. We'll use that 2-hit combo to weaken Veshness. The trap is good to go. Just like last time. I could only make one, but it's ready to use whenever. I'll handle that. I figured it out in the battle with Dacia last time. I can do the same here. Thanks, Nozomi. Shion, don't overdo it. If you die, everything we've done will be for nothing. So I can't use all my power. It's a tall order, but I'll make it work. Veshness' new technique will be a pain to deal with though. You mean the Undying Flames attack she has now? She gobbled up so much commander blood that she can do that kind of shit now, huh? According to the information I have, yeah. Where did you get that information from exactly? Hey, yeah, Serene and Nigo aren't working, so how did you know all this? How do you know all this? Well, that very moment. What? Oh, Tsubasa. The door to the war room flung open and someone came rushing in. Tsubasa? Sorry to keep you waiting. I somehow managed to make it in time. You mean... Could it be... She nodded and pulled something out from behind her. The baby jar! You finished the life support system! Yeah, that's the part attached to the jar here. If we put the baby inside, we can save Theon! That's right, that's why I made it after all. You're amazing, Tsubasa. You really did it. Great work! Great work! Everyone else started to cheer, one after the other. Their faces were almost bursting with smiles. Tsubasa, you did this for me? What should I even say? Thank you doesn't even begin to cover it. I appreciate it so much, from the very bottom of my heart. Stop it. Don't thank me. As long as you help us in the fight, that's enough. The alarm sounded, cutting off our conversation. We're gonna let everything play because, again, this might be it. Yeah, we're even gonna let this dumbass listen play. It's been a long time. I should check my my playtime, by the way.
Oh.
No, what are we doing? No! We have been playing this game for 244 hours. Yeah, we're gonna let everything play, cause this might be it. If they surprise me with a surprise last timeline, that'd be crazy, but that's not happening, I know it. However, day 101 would be a pleasant surprise. For the love of murder. Looks like we're not going to make it to the defense room, even with the jar ready. We're gonna have to fight to what? We're gonna have to take these guys out first. Everybody, our final battle is here. But I have one thing to tell you before we start. Everyone's gaze is shifted to me in unison. I met each other's eyes as I continued. No matter what happens out there, stay alive. Don't let yourself fall into the trap of thinking nothing matters just because you can't be revived. For the past 99 days, we've survived without losing anybody. Not a single person. This isn't my first time saying this, but this hasn't happened in any other timeline. What we've achieved here is nothing short of a miracle. Can't let this chance slip through our fingers. So, I'm begging you. Do not die. We have to finish this fight and survive together. I certainly have no intention of dying today. I want to stick with you guys for a long time to come. You accepted me in spite of everything I've done. I need to repay you for that. I agree. Everyone happily let a creepy lump of lard like me be part of the team. I don't even want to imagine saying goodbye to all of you. I agree. I want to live. I can't let it end here. I need to protect my dear sister at least until she gets married. Brother dearest, I've got things I want to do before I die too. I still haven't gotten to enjoy a blood-soaked. Oh my god, bro, Durumi. No, you weirdos. What? The moment you do, I'll have to kill you. Everyone, I will not allow you to lose now. That's right. We must reveal and put the baby in the jar. Put the baby in the jar, bro. And we'll bring that final attack to a screeching halt and stay alive. That's right. For day 101, day 102, and all the days after. Forever and always, all 17 of us. Forever? Yes, that's right. The Special Defense Unit is indestructible. Just like your undying flames will burn on forever. I see it. Everyone nodded firmly, full of resolve. Looking at their courageous faces, I gave the signal. Okay then, here we go. Special Defense Unit, we move out for the final time. The final time, huh? That's a full squad. All 16 of us. I wonder, are they gonna let us play the battle or not? I don't think anything different is going to happen, so this battle might just get skipped. A lot of people. What did I just do? My computer went through. What the? My desk won't go down. What's happening? Hell no, there's no way the desk is dead, right? It's going down, but before it goes down, you hear it like it's rusty. Give this battle, we will. That's very unfortunate. I wished for this timeline to be truly special. Is she gonna walk like she owns the place? Just as Hiruko said, Veshness had arrived, calmly approaching the battlefield from a distance. I could hear everyone's breath hitch. Tension filled the air. No, she's not walking like she owns the place. At last, Veshness stood in place. She looked us up and down before she spoke.
そんなことにはならねえよ。
絶対に勝ってみせるから。
ああ、素晴らしい答えだ。根拠のない自信に満ち溢れている。そういう者たちを絶望させるのは何よりも楽しい。さあ、もっと聞かせてくれ。貴様らの威勢のいい言葉を。
悪いけど断るわ。あたいの美声をあんたの腐った耳に届けるのはもったいないから。
いいぞ、その調子だ。貴様らが虚勢を張れば張るほど倒した時の快感は高まる。だから続けてくれ。他にないのか？
わかりました、ベシネス様。
Huh? Ah, she's playing, she's playing, she's playing.
言わせていただきますね。うるせえんだよ、このクソババア。ガタガタ言ってねえでさっさとかかってきやがれ。
イバー、未だ愚劣な洗脳から解けていないのか。まあいい、よかろう。ならば貴様の望み通りに。
Sure, we'll let this play as well. But this is usual Veshness. Maybe a bit more unhinged? But that was a classic Veshness, again, nothing too different. Alright, you can't do that. I forgot.
みんな気をつけて。あの攻撃が来るわ。
あの攻撃って
まさか。
Are we gonna be able to dodge it? Oh, no. Yuruko died! No.
例の新技か。
Y'all remember her dream? That she saw everyone on day 100 except her?
消えない炎の攻撃。くそ、落としたことが知ってたのに避けられなかったぜ。
どういう意味だ。私が新たに得としたあの技を貴様らは知っていたというのか。
No.
それだけじゃないわ。
You're not dead? You're good?
私はあなたの企みも知ってる。
企み？
そうよ。教えてほしい。
Which one?
あなたの企み。それは。
No, but he's on the ground.
では聞かせてもらおう。貴様は何を知っている？
Now that's different.
あなたは最初にこう言ったわよね。
She did?
約束通り来てやったぞ。貴様らを待たせてしまっては悪いと思ってな。
前回の戦いの後、あなたは今日ここに来ると私たちに言ってしまった。
Mm-hmm.
そこで仕方なくやってきた。本当はあれができてから訪れるはずだったのよ。そうじゃない？
The rocket? The one from second scenario?
何のことだ？
とぼけなくてもいいわ。あなたが作ろうとしている消えない
How do you
炎の
know about that?
貴様、
What I'm
なぜ
saying?
それを。
そういえば前にベシネスは言っておったな。いろいろと準備せねばならんことがあると。
つまりその兵器を開発してたってこと？
Tsubasa, I'm gonna be honest, you should not be here.
でも安心して。ま
You
だ
must
そ
be
の
tired of
兵
shit.
器が完成してないか
It's not ready yet, huh?
ベシネス、あなたは遅すぎたのよ。
Mm.
禁忌を破るのに。だからこのタイムラインでは間に合わなかった。
How interesting.
ブラインとは何だ。一体何の話をしている。
今さら知ったところでどうにもならないわ。手遅れなのよ、ベシネス。あなたの負けを決まったの。
何だと？私は神の力を手に入れたのだ。その私に貴様らのようなクズどもが勝てるはずがなかろう。
いや、勝てるさ。必ず勝ってみせる。なぜなら俺たちにも手に入れた力があるからだ。
Which
それは
one?
神の力も上回る仲間との絆の力だ。
くだらん。そんなものが何の役に立つというのだ。だったら見せてやるよ、その絆の強さをな。
思い知るがいいわ。私たち17人が団結した力を。
ざれ言はそこまでだ。次に口からこぼれるのは哀れなうめき声になるだろう。
上等じゃん。やってやんや。
よし
That's
みんな行くぞ。
上等じゃん。
that's Gaku's voice
やって
line.
やんや。
That's what he says before launching his special skill, whatever it's called, his ultimate. Specifically, it's not just the thing he says, it's specifically the way he says it. Like the slang. I think Drumi in the past, I don't know if I showed it to you guys, but I think it was last episode maybe? She was talking like Kiyoshika. Right? And Kiyoshika called her out on this. Like, yo, that's my way of talking, that's my slang, what you doing? And she did the same here.
シオン。
大丈夫。全力を出すなって言うんだろう。心配しなくても平気だよ。死ぬ寸前のギリギリのところでセーブするから。
それじゃダメよ、危険だわ。もっと力を抑えないと。
だから大丈夫だって言ってるじゃないか。僕は君たちを裏切らない。君たちのために戦って君たちのために生き残る。この戦いが終わった時、みんなには笑っていてほしいから。
ありがとうシオン。
礼を言うならあいつを倒してからにしてよ。じゃあ始めようか。
Oh my god, it's the magic orb screenshot, bro.
作戦成功。
小賢しい真似をしようぜ。
毒が効いてるみたいだ。
ビジネスの力は弱まったはずよ。今がチャンスってことだね。捨て身で突っ込んでいったシオン君のためにもこのチャンスを逃すわけにはいかないわ。
たわけたことを言いようぜ。まだ私の力は有り余っている。貴様を倒すには十分だ。
ただのハッタリよ。ひるむことはないわ。
誰がひるんでるって。
むしろ闘志がみなぎってきたっすよ。
アドレナリン全開だ。
みんな、これが本当の最後の戦いだ。全力を出し切って一気に叩きのめすぞ。
In Japanese, he said, "This is it. This is really, truly it. The end."
みんなのために。
仲間のために。未来を諦めるわけにはいかないでござる。
大丈夫だよ。僕らは決して負けない。
なぜなら
No, everyone? Wow.
何が起きてもくじけはしない。特防隊は最強だから。
That's a bit different. And that's a big problem this game has is why couldn't we have had a CG for this? Why couldn't we have a 3D cutscene, right? This is so sad. This moment feels, well, no, actually it doesn't feel. It could have been so much better if it had the necessary support, right? But it's not what it could have been. And this is most unfortunate. So many moments in this game could have been so much more. It's not for the restrictions, right? But no, we have some bullshit soundtrack. Nothing to feast our eyes on.
さあ行くぞ
So,
みんな。俺たちの手で
all
未
this,
来をつかむんだ。
like, it's a bit boring. Can I say that? It's not necessarily boring, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it. We've seen Veshness tweak out like this once already. Oh. No, she's not gonna say the usual bad end stuff, right? No, she is.
その先にあるのはこの星の絶望だけ。
No, I think the planet will be fine.
バッドエンドだ。
Because you're gone, so at least the rebellion will be fine. And we'll be fine too. Well, because we can actually live, maybe even break the loop. Thing is, are we gonna still be at war with the Futurals? I wonder. Our victory signaled the end of all the fighting, but we didn't have time to bask in the afterglow. We deactivated our class armor and gathered outside of the defense room. Look, the wall of fire is gone. What happened to Shion? Shion must have gotten rid of it for us. Oh, never mind. Where is he? Everyone glanced around. Nobody had an answer. Don't tell me he burned up all his freaking power. No, this is not possible. He said he'd survive for us. He's probably just exhausted. Yeah, maybe he used up too much power to keep making that avatar of his. Let's hurry. We need to get his physical body out of there. Tsubasa, do you have the jar? There's no way it gets stolen. You brought it, right? Of course I did. Okay, never mind. You really think I'd forget something that important? Is it a callback to the other branch? Then let's go. We stepped inside the defense room. It wasn't the first time for any of us. Shion had guided the others there before, during one of the times Hiruko and I were away. So instead of looking surprised, everyone had an awkward sense of tension in their faces. My heart is racing. Indeed, I haven't felt my pulse thrum this hard since I first night. Wasn't sure what that meant, but I didn't care. I ignored her. I slowly approached the device housing Shion's his physical body. We stood before it and tried to breathe evenly. I could practically hear everyone's heartbeats around me. It's finally time. That's right. This is the moment that will seal our fate. How do we take him out? Umi, do you have your infuser? Yeah. Then if you don't mind. Got it. What? Took out my infuser and erased it. Seeing this, Tsubasa quickly opened the jar. Okay, I'm ready. Alright. Here goes. He just broke the glass, right? That's the same scar as in Route Zero. That's so funny, bro. The capsule, the pod he was in, the scar is very big, and that's Eito's weapon. Well, did it work? Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry. The life support system is operating normally. The baby, he's okay. Everyone inhaled deeply. Inhaled? Why? I thought that they would exhale? Because when there's tension, you're keeping your breath, right? Now that all the tension had been let out, we started to celebrate. Alright, we did it! Hell yeah! Just as planned. Now Shion doesn't have to die. And that's not all. We've stopped the energy supply to the missiles too. The final attack won't launch tomorrow. In other words, all of us. We're saved! Yeah! No. Long live the Special Defense Unit! You guys are the best! I love you all! Our cheers echoed so loudly, the rafters were practically shaking. The others leapt up and down and danced for joy, swinging their heads around. Overjoyed, I watched them, my hand to my chest as I let out a sigh of relief. Somehow I feel like something is gonna crash the party. Who could it be? Surrey and Ego? Maybe, who knows, but why? I mean, I know why, but I don't feel like they could be final antagonists, right? Kakuji? We took care of Kakuji in the other branch, so I don't know. But we really need to learn what the hell what was it called? The rays are, why Nozomi was glowing, and what the hell that spacecraft of her is. Like, what? What was that? We only have 1 day left. Someone else? Us from another timeline? Not long after, Shion showed up. Something was wrong. He was staring down, biting his lip. What's the matter? I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? Our plan worked. We're going to survive. And you are too. I know. That's why I'm apologizing. What do you mean? Come on, Shion, answer us! Everyone stared at Shion. We waited with bated breath for him to speak. Finally, softly, and with an anguished look on his face, he did. Oh, that's not good. I already finished charging them. What? The missiles are already full. What are you saying? It's only day 99. It's not possible for them to be charged that soon. That's right. That's how it always has been in all the timelines Hiroko and I know about. Perhaps Shion's feelings were too intense. His passion, his feelings and affection for us, maybe they burned a little too brightly. Nego did mention something like that before. The more positive the emotions Shion feels, the greater the supply of energy. Shion closed his eyes and nodded. A cold silence fell over the room. So, if they're all full of energy, final attack is going to launch after all. Wait! Why don't we work together and destroy all the missiles? We can't do that. Why not? If we do that, we'll set off the intercept system. So you know about that too! Do you have memories of second scenario? Because if you do, that means that second scenario is not the final timeline. Like the canon timeline, I guess. But how will that launch intercept system? Didn't the original goal was to kill Shion? I think it was? I forgot. It's a stronger foe than Vishnas ever was. Even with all of her might, we could never hope to beat it. Shion, is that true? Unfortunately, yes. There's no doubt about it. I couldn't control it even with my power. If you fight the intercept system, you'll all most certainly be killed. So then, the final attack... That's right. It will launch tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Okay. It's not the greatest plot twist. Not the best one. Because I guess we've seen it in the past. The missiles launching. It's not different is the problem. It's just alright. Yeah, I guess that's alright. The missiles were already full of energy. At least they weren't launched immediately. Apparently the control system hadn't been designed with this possibility in mind. The final attack was a significant event in the history of the people living on the artificial satellite. With Surrey not being able to report to the artificial satellite, you don't think the people up there are freaking out? Starting it even a day early could very well cause unforeseen problems for them. They probably just see it all as part of the show. Disgusting. It makes me sick. But it wasn't all misery for us. In essence, this meant we'd been given a reprieve of half a day. Okay, but if we have no pod, no way to stop the final attack, that means that we're gonna need a third way, or just another way to survive, right? We're not all going to die. That means that Kakoji's spacecraft could actually play a part in the plot, right? We used our limited time to think hard. How could all of us survive? If we pressed on until 10 AM without doing anything, the final attack would launch, and all life on the planet would be obliterated by undying flames. There was no way to escape the flames. Hiding somewhere with thick walls or deep underground wouldn't save us. We were guaranteed to be killed by the relentless, all-consuming fire. We couldn't destroy the missiles in the defense room either. There was no way we could beat the intercept system. And of course, there was the issue of the escape pod. It was completely corroded by the particle bacteria, so we wouldn't be able to use it to escape. So what do? Is there a way to save us all? Just then, Tsubasa spoke, her face pale with terror. We made it so far too. This is so cruel. There's nothing we can do. No one said a word after that. Silence hung in the air, gloom permeating every inch of the room. Soon and without mercy, dawn arrived, without us ever finding a solution. We heard Suray's overly positive announcement for day 100 play. Bing bong. Ding dong, bing bong.
100日目の朝を迎えました。ついにこの時を迎えました。我ら人類の悲願が果たされる記念日です。もうじき最重要作戦が開始されるから、校内アナウンスの指示に従って速やかに行動してね。それまでに身辺整理をよろしく。じゃあまた後でね。
Man, screw that! I know it's pre-recorded, but it irks me to no end. Well, what are we going to do? The question had been asked over and over, but there was still no one who could answer. Maybe this is it. Yeah, maybe it's time for us to give up. Hearing that must have pushed her over the edge. No, baby girl. With an anguished sound, Hiruko ran out of the cafeteria. Hey, Hiruko! I rushed after her. When is the next time leap window? Caught up with Hiruko in our usual spot behind the school. He ground to a halt, turned around and shrieked in frustration. Why? Why does it always have to end like this? We did everything right. All 17 of us survived. Why is it still not enough? Hiruko's eyes were brimming with tears. They slid down her cheeks one after another. I knew it. We're cursed, trapped in this cursed cycle. We'll never escape this loop. No! What? You can't give up. It's not like you, Hiruko. We can't break free of the loop. I'm going to take you out of here with me, one way or another. Promise you that, remember? I swore this would be our last timeline, that the loop would end here. Today is day 100 and we're all alive. All we have to do now is build our own future. A future where we can all be happy. Where I can be happy with you, Hiruko. Takumi. The tears had vanished from Hiruko's eyes. Perhaps in the face of my overwhelming insistence. Yes, you're right. I want to believe that too. But you have to look at reality. We're hemmed in on all our sides. There's nowhere we can go. It's like someone's put a lock on every door that surrounds us. Something sparked in my mind the moment I heard that word. Wait, did you say lock? A lock? But yes, a story lock, or a timeline lock. What was previously locked? Was it mystery? I think it was mystery, right? When Kakuchi escaped. And it was going to unlock at like day 95, something like that? Huh? You did, right? You said lock. I did, but what does that have to do with anything? I quickly pulled out the device and checked the blood space wave schedule. We can leap today, between 5:50 and 9:50 AM. It's 7:30 right now. The window is already open. You wanna leap to a timeline where the missiles don't work? But no, if yes, then the timeline, the time loop would have been broken in mystery. Wait, where are you suggesting we go? The Invader Hunt timeline. One with the killing game? That's right. That timeline is locked too. That timeline is locked, never mind. No. Locked. What you said just now reminded me of what you told me before. I don't know when 803 locked it, but it was sometime between day 45 and day 49. Whatever it was, the lock will only be removed after 50 days have passed. Even if he locked it on day 49, 50 days later would be day 99, right? Machine will be unlocked now. We can jump to the Hunt timeline. Some of the conditions we needed to meet are already present in the timeline, so it's okay. You don't have to explain. Let's go and tell the others. Right. I see. So that's it. Basically, we all need to jump to this Hunt timeline you're talking about. Then we can use the escape pod there. And that's exactly what I suggested 2 days ago. Right then, Mr. Sumino was all like, we can steal the escape pod from another timeline. We'd be killed ourselves. We'd be killing ourselves. Or am I remembering wrong? So why is it suddenly okay now? I'm sorry to say it, but everybody in that timeline is already... Really? Well, there's an ending where we escape with hold on, with commune and stuff, but what? 0 battles? Hold on. Monster killing game. Mystery, slasher. I think it ends a bit before, right? Killing game, yes. Killing game, there's this. What is ending 87? I forgot. No, I think this is the good ending. Kill the baby? Yes. Right? But didn't we escape in this one? And it failed? And why didn't we escape in this one? Oh no, I think this is the one where we escape. And this is the one where we don't, so we're forced to find Veshness and we all die? I forgot, but let's see. But everybody in that timeline is already... Oh no. Are they really... dead? Yes. Yeah, exactly. The survivors of the Hunt timeline were all killed on day 93. They sacrificed themselves to finish Veshness. One more thing. The baby in that timeline is gone too, yeah. I see. So I died like everyone else. Can't speak, but yeah. The others grew stiff, at a loss for words. There was a plaintive look on all their faces. I couldn't say I expected any less. Who could keep calm after hearing we'd all died in another timeline? Well, I guess there was one person. What's the point in crying about it? You can bring back the dead. That is so ironic. Monster, huh? We need to keep pushing forward so their sacrifices won't be in vain. We need to live on, not just for ourselves, but for them too. In your irreverent attitude aside, he was right. You're not wrong. We need to think positively. I feel bad for them. Now we can use their escape pod without feeling guilty about it. Let's pay our respects to them by using their pod. Their pod. Everyone bid back their disdain and nodded. Wait a moment. Isn't boarding restricted to only official members of the SDU? Don't worry about that. Their escape pod got eaten up by the particular bacteria too. Commune? But because their Tsubasa repaired it, it's as good as new now. And when you're right, she replaced everything, including the entire circuit board. That's true. No, this is not a problem because again, we took Commune with us on the pod, and she was not an SU member. A SU member. Wow, I'm a genius. There definitely won't be any problem now. The original program will be totally overridden, with no boarding restrictions. Oh, even unofficial members like myself and the baby. No, I was about to say, maybe Commune is there too. No, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead. That would have been so good for Commune to be there as well. You'll be able to get on just fine. Trust me. Aww. Sincerely, I'm so grateful. Thank you. Hey, don't thank me. It was a different timeline's Tsubasa who did it. Anyway, that about sums it up. That's why we're going to the Hun timeline. Everybody there is dead, and the pod's boarding restrictions have been disabled. It's our best, maybe our only shot. The details are too much for me, but all I know is everything's gonna be okay. If we go to the Hun timeline, we'll all be saved. Hell yeah! Akamaru pumped his fist into the air. You are not All Might. And everyone cheered. Anyone let out a cheer. Okay, let's get going right. Oh my god, what's going to happen? Oh, but what about Serene Ego? Let's take him with us. They're part of the team too. Sure, I thought something was about to happen, but hey. And so, he headed for the lab with a completely immobile Serene Ego in tow. Shion had vanished. Keeping his avatar materialized meant consuming energy, so he returned to being the baby now kept inside the jar. Hey, can we get going already? You're wasting time hanging around here. No, Durumi, no. I checked the PLM. We're good to go. The device on the other side is unlocked. Just like I thought. Now we can leap to the Hun timeline. Yes, but what about the suit? The suit that's pierced. By the way, Hiroko, you said the baby in that timeline passed away, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. Did he die on the same day as everyone else? That's right, on day 93. He died on 93? Hold on. Where is it? Killing game. So no, actually this is the good ending. Where we escape with Commune, right? This is the bad ending, but why did we die on 93? I don't remember. Because usually Veshness is 99, right? So the final attack won't be launched in that timeline. There's no way the missiles would be full of energy by day 93. You're saying there's no rush? But emotionally speaking, I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. That's right. Knowing we can use the pod makes me wanna get running there and leave this shithole forever. I'm with you guys. Let's hurry. I open the lockers. I was about to hand out leap suits to everybody, but Hiruko. Wait, I'll do it. Suddenly, Hiruko took over, giving out the leap suits one by one. Is she going to get leap damage again? Wait, she said there was 17, right? Right? And we're 16. Because one of them is pierced. So it should be good, right? She shouldn't get leap damage. Exactly, we had 17 suits in total. There were 16 of us, so we had one extra. So Rei and Nigo didn't need them since they were robots, but the baby did. Yep, he's gonna get leap damage. I forgot about Shion. At first, we tried stuffing the jar inside of someone else's suit. That didn't work. How? Remember, the suits can, like, extend. They're supposedly able to adjust to anyone's size, right? That's why Shoma can wear one, and Eito's tall ass can too. Even though they're different sizes, right? So why wouldn't the suit adapt to, I don't know, a pregnant woman? Hypothetically speaking, like the jar is an actual, uterus, right? I know that, well, we don't really know the size of the jar, but I wouldn't expect it to be like bigger than this and like this, right? I mean, that's pretty big, but still. Maybe I'm yapping too much. So we ended up wrapping the jar in the remaining suit. Yeah, she's gonna get leap damage again. So she's risking 2 leap damage. And the other branch, how did Takumi die? He died of leap damage, that I know, but how much? 2 or 3? I think it was 2. No, I don't remember. Everyone got their suit on? Yep, and it fits like a glove. The machine was configured. The blood space waves were already surging. We jumped right away. We all jumped onto the platform. Tsubasa was holding the suit with the baby jar inside it. This was probably going to be our final parallel leap. But I have a question. If one of the leaps, the suits, was just not good, why couldn't we have gone to another timeline, match one, and then come back with it? This was probably going to be our final parallel leap. Slammed down on the red button and jumped into the crowd. And then one last time. Okay, here goes. Here goes. My eyes. It's a pretty cool cutscene, I guess. But damn, it hurts my eyes and it's unskippable. The leap was complete. Everyone took off their suits and rushed out of the lab. Left on our own, Hiruko and I changed back into our regular clothes, but just then, you see her being like all purple? Oh. I was gripped by intense deja vu. I'd seen this somewhere before. In another timeline? No, that wasn't it. It had been on day 86. Just like after we visited the timeline where the academy was blown up, Hiruko was hunched over.
Oi, 大丈夫か?
She didn't answer. She was breathing hard, one hand pressed to the wall, her shoulders heaving. In her other hand, she had a leap suit, the one she'd been wearing. I ran to her side and looked at the suit. Yup, it was a hole. The suit had a tiny hole in the back.
まさかお前、穴のことを知ってて、それでみんなにリープスーツを。
仕方がないでしょ。誰かが着なきゃいけなかったんだから。
It would have been fine, no? I mean, it's 1 leap damage.
だけどお前、 これが初めてじゃないだろ。86日目の時にも。
ええ、そうね。でもあれは偶然よ。たまたま私に当たっちゃっただけ。運がないのよ。私。
The hole in Hiruko's suit meant she was definitely suffering from leap damage.
もしあなたが生身の状態であと 1,2 回パラレリープしたら、あなたは全身の血をすべて吐き出し失うことになる。
Okay, she says 2 or 3 more times. So that means that at the very least you need 3 to seal the deal. But you're at 2, you should be fine, right?
そうなったらもう蘇生はできない。あなたは確実に死ぬことになるわ。
お前、なんてバカなことを。
いいのよ。これでいいの。私は大きな過ちを犯したんだから。
Okay, no, I'm really sorry. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but you're being overly dramatic over this. It's only 2 leap damage, so it's fine. She is definitely being over dramatic because, oh, I've done terrible things. I deserve to suffer, right? She is being overly dramatic. But I feel like the plot itself is being, well, again, overly dramatic because 3 means you're dead, not 2.
こんなことで許されるとは思ってないけ
Okay,
ど。
never mind. Never mind.
これはせめてもの罪滅ぼしなのよ。さあ、とにかく行きましょう。外でみんなが待ってるわ。
Hiruko and I went outside. We joined the others and immediately made a dash for the school. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Hiruko tried to reassure me as we ran. It didn't look too bad, but I didn't feel any kind of relief. We needed to get into the pod as quickly as possible so she could rest. It was all I could think as I kept putting one foot in front of the other. Why do we even need the pod? Since the missiles won't launch in this timeline. Oh, because we actually want to go back to the artificial satellite, that's why. And we need to get it on board before it leaves without us, yeah. Where? We need to get to the part that's good. Yeah, eventually. We're gonna see the bodies of everyone? We should! If everyone died in this timeline on day 93, and their bodies have not moved, right? They should be in the yard here, no? We made it! But doesn't something seem odd? Are we in the wrong timeline?
Oh.
Odd how? He's right. There's something coming out of the top of the building. What? The missiles?
まさか。
Yeah, we failed the leap. As if to confirm our realization, an automated announcement began blaring out of the PA system.
まもなく全方位攻撃を開始します。特防隊の皆さんは速やかに校庭に避難してください。
But why? This isn't what you told us, Takumi! The baby was supposed to be gone so the attack wouldn't launch. Just then, Shion appeared. Hey Shion, what the fuck is happening? Why's the attack launching? I don't know. I can't imagine how it could have built up that much energy. Remember, in this specific branch of Killing Game, we couldn't escape with the pod because Shion's death and Himo and Nima was supposed to be fuel for the pod. At one condition, for Takumi not to board that pod. But he lied. He lied and did board the pod, and the energy vanished, so they couldn't actually take the pod. So they stayed on the planet and lost against Vishnis. Could the energy have gone back? No, but the baby is dead. It doesn't make sense. To me, the only possible explanation is that we failed the time leap. We went to another timeline. We made a mistake. We have to hurry and get to the escape pod. But where even is it? It's supposed to come out? No? Everyone looked around, but the pod was nowhere to be found. It's 9:30 right now. The attack is scheduled to start at 10 AM. The pod won't come out in the schoolyard until just before the attack. The next moment, I had a flashback. I remembered what the Tsubasa from this timeline had told me. Oh, it won't? I told everyone what I remembered. He didn't need any further explanation. The moment our eyes met, we all started to sprint for the war room. I see. So that's how it works. I get why it happened now. Tsubasa was furiously navigating the computer system in the war room. Why, what happened? The final attack. Since everyone in this timeline got wiped out, people from the artificial satellite came here. And they brought a spear. What? Spear baby, a clone of Shion. They put him in the machine in the defense room as a replacement for the baby who passed in this timeline. Huh? You mean there's another baby in the defense room right now as we speak? Not exactly. This one was still developing, so his body wasn't quite stable yet. Because of that, right after he finished powering the missiles, yeah, that's a crazy ass excuse. Tsubasa nodded silently. Because, no, I was about to say, doesn't that invalidate the ending of second scenario? No, the artificial satellite is gone. So yeah, no, it's alright. So they had a clone of me. I did have my suspicions. Looks like the people on the satellite didn't think they had anything to worry about, even if I were to die. Yeah, something in my mouth. How bad pause, by the way. Yes, I was about to tissue, no, a bullshit from my shirt. But how did I get in my mouth? I don't know. They had a spear. So it was acceptable to them. Losing me was hardly even a setback. Everyone stared at Shion with intense emotion in their eyes. It was a mix of sadness, sorrow, and a burning anger directed to everyone on the satellite. Shion, I don't know what to say. They probably they probably thought the same about us. Indeed, to the people on the satellite, our lives are worth less than dirt. I wish you could have said they don't care about us, but hey. Any reference, I guess that's enough. Damn it. I really wish I could give one of those guys a kick in the nuts. Screw that, I want to beat them all to a bloody pulp. I don't blame you. There's something we have to do first. We need to survive and actually get to the artificial satellite. Tsubasa! On my cue, Tsubasa got moving. She rushed over to the control panel at the back of the room and slammed her palm against a large button. When she did that, the schoolyard appeared on the monitor. Already? I thought it was 9:30. Is the cutscene any different, by the way, since technically this is a new pod? It's really happening! Escape pod. Eva, how the fuck did you get your armor back? And how did you get the mark back as well? I'm so yeah. Isn't it too early for that? Celebrate once we get inside, okay? Okay, everybody, let's go. That pod will automatically launch 100 seconds before the attack starts. The version of me in this timeline must have reprogrammed it. Are you for real? You mean we have less time now? We've come this far. We can't afford to miss it now. Then stop yapping and start running. Everyone nodded and took off, all of us running faster than speeding bullets. We thundered down the halls and stumbled down flights of stairs. Finally, we made it to the first floor. Turned the corner and arrived at the entrance hall. Kakoji? Just then... What the fuck, oh my fucking god. Oh, it's Hiruko! I heard a sound behind me. I turned around to see someone on the ground.
Shizara.
I scrambled over to her and propped her up. Is she purple? Yep.
大丈夫かシザーラしっかりしろ
Why is it so severe? That's probably just... the fact that she has leap damage and she's tired. Then is her dream a reality? Is she going to survive past 10 AM and die?
これより300秒後に全方位攻撃を開始します。特防隊の皆さんは速やかに校庭に避難してください。
セミノ、先に行って。
No?
ふざけるなお前を置いていけるわけないだろ
If we leave you, the loop won't
どう
break.
するつもり？
お前を抱えて
Exactly.
脱出ポットへ
無理よ。今のアナウンス聞いたでしょ。
Hold on. She said it's... Hold on, 100 seconds. Before the attack starts. And the announcement said 300, right? Whoops. Yeah, 300. And you have 200 seconds. That's like 3 minutes. It'll be alright. It's gonna be alright. We're in the first floor.
ポットは攻撃の100秒前に発射される。私を抱えていったら間に合わないわ。やっぱりあの夢は予知夢だったのね。ほら、前に話したじゃない。私だけがループから抜けられない。そんな夢を見たって。
あの時も言ったけどそれはただの夢だ
Stop yapping, please, Princess Kiri her while running.
一人でもかけたらダメなんだよそしたら俺だってループから抜け出すことは
Is she going to sabotage us so we can be together again?
あなたはきっと抜けられる。だって見たもの。夢の中の未来にあなたがいるの。
I couldn't keep arguing with her. Precious time was ticking away, and every second counted. We had to hurry. I had to get Hiruko to the escape pod. But the moment I tensed up my arms to lift her, she swatted away, refusing my help.
いいのよ。もういいの。
Bro, drag her from the here. I don't give a shit.
何かの運命だと思う。どうして私だけが助からないのか。やっと分かったわ。そうよ。そうよね。
Shut up.
このままでいいはずがないもの。
It's
生
fine.
物を根絶やしにして私たちだけが生き残るなんて。
Huh?
そんなこと、そんな勝手なこと決して許されないわ。
Oh, right. The attack is still going to launch. I forgot about that. Her voice frail and faint. Hiruko looked over at the bottom of the stairs. I followed her gaze. Yeah, the DST. Straight to the hidden door that connected to the secret basement. You wanna blow up... You wanna blow up the school so it doesn't Launch the missiles? Okay, but who's gonna trigger it? I think we're not breaking the loop, y'all.
静原、まさかお前。
地下室なら距離も近いし、この体でも間に合うはず。そしてそこに行って発信装置に市販番号を入力するの。もちろんポットが発射された後、攻撃の直前にね。そうしたら全方位攻撃を止められるでしょう。この学園は全て吹き飛ばされることになるから。
I need a Hiruko from another timeline to come and do what she's saying.
さっき言ったわよね。穴の開いたスーツを着たのは罪滅ぼしだったって。これも同じ。これは私の贖罪なのよ。私は殺人鬼タイムラインのみんなを見殺しにした。その罪を償わなきゃいけないの。
It's 15 people, bro.
永遠に抜けられない牢獄の中で無限ループに囚われながら。
Huh. So then, is the Tukumi... Let's say hypothetically she doesn't escape the loop. What is second scenario? Does it... Are they even related? Hypothetically, let's say we do break the loop. For us, but not for her. That means that she's still going to loop. And that technically... everything still happens, right? I was about to say that we are trapped as well. She's not the only one trapped in this time loop alone, right? Yes, she'll be the only one aware of it, but that's it, right? No, I guess not, but I was about to say maybe second scenario is a route that happens with Hiruko being the sole time looper, but I don't know how that really makes sense. There was a scene in second scenario, you know where we're in the weird Jerome Tommy dream? The Bishoujo very moe LDA? She says something like, I remember, or something like that. Y'all think he has any relation to that?
セミナ、今まで本当にありがとう。どんくさくて鈍いしもべだったけど、最高のパートナーでもあったわ。さあ、そのしもべであるあなたに最後の命令よ。行きなさい、セミノ。あなたの足ならまだ間に合うはずだから。
My head was spinning. It went without saying that I couldn't possibly leave Hiruko behind, which left me with two options. I could forcibly haul her to the pod, or go to the basement and blow up the school with her. We were unlikely to make it if I chose the first option. Even if by some miracle we made it in time, all life on this planet would be destroyed. The second option would save them, but Hiruko and I would be killed instead. I think we're not breaking the loop. I think we're not breaking out of the loop. Because either choice is going to doom us. Why? Simply because when we were first explained the loop, the old man was like, this must have been a curse sent by God. And if we kill God's worshippers, then we will face his wrath, right? We're gonna loop again. And if we don't, if we try to blow up the school, we won't be able to reach 10 AM, and so the loop won't break. I need a third choice. What was I supposed to do? I didn't have a second to spare. I just had to go with my gut and make my decision. I need a third choice, y'all. I need a third choice. Where will you run? The escape pod or the basement? Yo, please give me a third choice. Let me input like up, down, left, right, A, B, so I can get the third choice, please. Please. I don't want to do this, man. So when I was at the end of Raincoat, you're met with you know, kind of the same choice. And I was like, no, I don't want any of those choices. I want a third one. And when you approach the sword, it triggers one of the options. And I was like, yo, is there actually a third option? There wasn't. There wasn't. It's just that I guess the hitboxes of the choices were a bit too close to the sword, so I disappointed myself.
俺にとって大事なのは一番大切な存在は静原お前なんだよお前を死なせるわけにはいかないんだ
I grabbed hold of Hiruko and took off running. I tore through the hallway, turned the corner, and flew into the entrance hall. I heard the announcement. 170 seconds remained until the final attack. 70 seconds until the pod was launched. That's enough! I could do this. I could make it. I held my conviction close to my heart and ran to the exit, opening the door and dashing through. I ran. I ran for my life. I recklessly and single-mindedly sprinted forward. I could see the escape pod in the distance, the small, shining dot that looked no bigger than a grain of rice, grain. I ran toward it. There was ferocious energy behind every stride. Is it gonna launch before we get to it? I couldn't breathe. My chest ached. My heart raced so fast, I thought it was going to burst. I could hear the fibers of my muscles tearing. The pain tore through my brain, making my vision blur. But I couldn't stop. I had to keep pushing on. More. Anything to get there even 1 second faster. I needed to get into that pod. I said I'd get us out of this loop. I swore I'd protect Hiruko. This isn't how our story is going to end. I summoned the last of my strength to keep my legs moving through the numbness, but time was still slipping away.
これより140秒後に全方位攻撃を開始します
The pod launched 100 seconds before the attack. Only 40 seconds left. It was still a long ways off. I couldn't get my legs to cooperate. I was slowing down in spite of myself. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe it really is hopeless. Just as those thoughts flickered through my mind.
大丈夫よまだいけるわ
大鈴木
Everyone was there, gathered around me.
話は後だ静原をこっち
みんなで交代しながら運ぶんだよ
Ah!
絶対間に合うはずだ
There was no time to hesitate. I let them take Hiruko.
分かった頼んだぞ
With that, I started to run again, now with my friends alongside me. We traded Hiruko between us, one after the other. Taking turns, we carried her forward as fast as we could.
残り時間は
10秒でござる
We were getting closer to the pod. Closer and closer. The open door was so close now. So close. It's right in front of us. We're right there.
残り5秒だよ4 3 2 1
Are we in or not? Please tell me we're in. Please tell me there's at least one satisfying ending in this whole damn game. Oh. For all the credits, I don't care. Motherfuck. You know, I really believed. I really did. You stop playing with me. Are we in or not? Oh, 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 thank God. Thank God we're in. Everyone was inside the pod. Why is Nigo sweating? Ah! Nozomi, Gaku, Hirumi, Shoma, Kiyoshika, Moko, Yugamu, Takemaru, Kurara, Tsubasa, and the twins. And then there was Eito, Eva, and Shion. I had this baby body in my arms. His baby body. Saray, look at Shoma, man, damn! Saray and Nigo were there too. Their repairs were complete and their functions had now been restored. And of course, there was Hiruko. She was sitting in the back, peering out of the window. Her voice was raspy and joyless. Her eyes were lifeless and dull. Only a dark violet shard of light shimmered weakly in their depths. But she has red eyes, don't she? Oh, wrong menu. Yeah. The reflected light of the undying flames. Oh, right, right. I forgot people were dead down there. I could see the surface of the planet being raised in her eyes. Look at Gaku, man. Damn.
虚しい。それ以外に言いようがないわ。
まるで心の中にぽっかりと空虚な穴が開いたような。
Those feelings made sense. We'd done what we had to survive. But in exchange, all life on the planet had been completely annihilated. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have regrets. If I'd just gone to the basement, if I'd blown up the school, maybe I could have saved them, but what choice did I have? I made a decision to save Hiruko. Suddenly, Eva spoke up.
そっか、そういうことだったんだ。
どうしたのよ、突然。
The curse?
思い出したんです。
Oh no.
すべては多分あの地上の様子を見たからだと思います。
Wow.
それがトリガーになって洗脳が解けたみたいで。
Why are you so chill?
それは参ったな。
確かに精神的に強いショックを与
Oh
える
shit.
と、あのドルメン式の洗脳は解除されちゃう場合もあって。
What if she just transforms and dooms us?
おかげで何もかも分かりましたよ。
Oh.
これから私が何をすべきかも。
何をするつもり？
Everyone was looking at Eva. She didn't answer her question right away.
あの地上には娘がいたんです。私が愛してやまない可愛い娘が。
娘？
あとは言わなくてもわかりますよね。
まさかお前？
はい、その通りです。私はこれから天体に行って人類を
皆殺しにしてやるんだよ。
I mean, no, I missed the dialogue. It's less worse than I expected. Because I really expected her to just kill us right now in the pod. But we could just get out of the pod, restrain her, kill her, do something. But then it just ended. "54. One massacre to another." This is such bull fucking shit. I'm legit not even going to talk about the other ending. So goddamn pissed. I'm so goddamn pissed. You're just bound. No, fuck.
そうだ。そうだよな。使ったとしても、地上の生物が絶滅してしまうなら、そんな未来なんてない方がいい。
We're just bound to bad endings. There's no good ending in this game. Other than the joke rules. Legit. Coming of age is a good ending? Man, fuck coming of age.
他の命を犠牲にしてまで生き延びるなんて、そんなこと。たとえ誰かが許したとしても、俺自身が許せないんだ。だから。
Did something else completely.
静原。
He said something along the lines of, if I have to sacrifice other lives for me to live, even if someone forgives me, I wouldn't forgive myself. It flows really bad in a sentence, so I understand why they changed it. But they changed it a lot. Kiriko let out an exasperated sigh.
ほんと救いようのないバカね。どうせ止めたって無駄なんでしょ。
ああ。
だったらもう何も言わないわ。しょうがないから連れてってあげる。
じゃあ。
時間がないわ。行きましょう。
Led Hiroko my shoulder to get her upright, supporting her weight as we headed for the stairs. And then we reached the basement. I rushed over to the terminal, quickly entering 8 of the livor mortis gold. Only 1 was left. Hiruko's. The moment I entered 4 in her slot, the school would be blown to oblivion.
これより130秒後に全方位攻撃を開始します。
30 more seconds. The pod launches 100 seconds before the attack, so there's only 30 seconds left. Hiroko pulled something out of her pocket, the calico cat figure. It was the figure I'd given her all the way back on day 10. I've wanted one of these for so long. I told you in that timeline. Did you remember? Not when I gave it to you, but now, yes, I remember it vividly.
ソフビ人形集めてるの。猫のやつ。できれば三毛猫のがいいわ。
We're going to be doing this all over again. I wonder how loop 147 will work out. Well, you still remember? What about the calico? Not just that. I mean, everything that happened this time. You stop blinding me. Is that it? Motherfuck. Of course. How could I possibly forget? Is that a promise? I promise.
これより100秒後に全方位攻撃を開始します。
It's lunchtime for the pod. The others should be taking off now. I nodded quietly, placing my finger over the 4 on the terminal. Before we do that, I'd like to see Hiruko's name. Is there an allusion to this 4, the unlucky 4 number, or any sort of bad luck in her name? In Japanese, I mean. That'd be very interesting. Unlucky number 4. No, I think this one's good luck. Suddenly, I felt warmth on my right hand. Looked to see Hiruko holding it tight. A familiar smell hit my nose. A sweet, soft scent of lavender. Ready? Ready as I'll ever be? You're sure? You're still the same idiot you were when we started this timeline. Yeah. Then here I go. 3, 2, 1. The very second I was about to apply pressure with my finger. What? Oh my fucking god. How? The pod is still on the surface? Huh? Tsubasa whipped up a program that lets us launch it manually. He's up there waiting right now. There's still 100 seconds left. We're not gonna make it. And even if we do, we're gonna get a repeat of the other ending. Because we're not stopping the explosion. Oh, you guys are gonna sacrifice yourselves? So hurry up and just go. But who's going to enter the final 4? I'll handle that. I'll press it right before the final attack is launched. With the avatar? I can teleport in this form, and my real body is inside the pod anyway. But I can't. I can't move anymore. It's okay. We'll take turns carrying you. If we do that, we can still make it in time. 100 seconds, it's impossible. You said that in the other... We were wasting precious time having this conversation. I looked straight into Hiroko's eyes. Hiroko, you have to trust us. I told you before, right? If you keep believing in something for long enough, you can make it happen. You can absolutely overcome any obstacle in your way. Takumi, everyone. Here we go. It's time to take back what's ours. Our future. Our hope. The artificial satellite up there in the sky. We'll reach out and grab it with our own hands. Shion, you take it from here. Got it. Hold on. I'm actually hopeful. Stop it, man. Don't give me that hope. I swear, don't do it to me. I held Hiroko's tight. What? I held Hiroko tight and ran. I flew up the stairs, stumbling into the hallway. I handed her over to Takemaru. We passed her from one person to the next as we ran outside. I could see the escape pod in the distance, a small, shining dot that looked no bigger than a grain of rice.
残り30秒。
大丈夫でござる。まだいけます。絶対に間に合うから。
Y'all think Shoma got to carry Hiroko? We shouted encouragement to each other as we continued to run for our lives. Each of us took turns carrying Hiroko. Eventually, our relay brought her back to me. Aww.
残り15秒。
The pod was close now. If we kept up this space, we can make it. Keep going. Get Hiroko to the pod. My feet thundered against the ground as I picked up the pace. I ran for my life. I recklessly and single-mindedly sprinted towards. I couldn't breathe. My chest ached. My heart raced so fast I thought it was going to burst. I could hear the fibers of my muscles tearing. Pain tore through my brain, making my vision blur. But I couldn't stop. I had to keep pushing on. More. Anything to get there even 1 second faster. I needed to dive into that pod. I promised I'd build us a future. One where everyone Could be happy. Can be happy. I won't let things end any other way.
行かないんだよ。
I summoned the last of my strength to keep my legs moving through the numbness. Only 6 seconds left.
4
Different people this time.
間に合え。
We have to make it this time, right? There's no way we... I swear to God, bro. You fake this out in the other. I swear if you reverse the fake out here, I'm throwing the goddamn controller out the window. I swear to God. Roll the credits. I dare you. Roll the credits. And that's a happy-go-lucky soundtrack, but I cannot help getting stressed. Why? Why are... gravity? Hello? Look at Shion and Eito, what the... And then the goofballs, the Rumi, and... It's goofball, man. What are they doing, bro? Why are they upside down? Is he... Gaku, what are you doing? Ah, no, you're not doing what I think you're doing. Oh, what you trying to do? He has his hands out for bad reasons. Oh my god, look at Takemaru and Shoma, man. The twins, yo, that's so cute. Kiyoshika getting drunk on nothing. And Kurara, aww. Kurara's crying without her mask, by the way. With Eva patting her. Extremely cute. Nozomi jumping super high for some reason. And our two protagonists on the side with the baby in the... Okay, no, the jar is immense. Yeah, that shit wouldn't fit in a suit. Everyone was inside the pod. Oh, the robots as well? Sarah's gonna get scolded, bro, but hey. Nozomi, Gaku, Darumi, Shoma, Kiyoshika, Moko, Yugamu, Takemaru, Kurara, Tsubasa, and the twins. And then there was Eito, even Shion. I had his baby body in my arms. Sarai and Nigo were there too. Their repairs were complete, and their functions had now been restored. And of course, there was Hiroko too. Ah. She was beside me, watching with delight as everyone celebrated.
具合はどうだ？
これが悪いように見える？むしろ最高の気分よ。だって今ここにはみんながいるんだから。それに地上の生命体も助かったし。
Hiroko looked out of the window toward the shining blue sphere. A beautiful planet hung in the darkness. Its continued existence an absolute miracle.
静原、お前のおかげだよ。お前が地上の命を救いたいって言ったから。
しもべのくせに生意気なのよ。主を褒めるなんて100年早いわ。
I was a little happy to hear her retort. It meant Hiroko was her same old self.
第一、そもそも私のおかげなんかじゃないし。これはシオンと他のみんなと。言いたくないけど、あなたの功績でしょ。心から感謝してるわ。
My face burned red hot. Anything I could have said got caught in my throat. Trying to hide the effect Hiroko's words had on me, I turned to look at everyone else. They were smiling, crying, and hooting like animals as they let their emotions flood out.
何もかもうまくいったね。これでいつまでも僕らは一緒にいられる。
僕もいてもいいのかな。
何言ってるんだよ、当然じゃないか。
シオンは永遠に仲間だし、私たちの大切な親友だよ。
ありがとう、本当に。
マジでみんな最高だ。 I love you all だぜ。
I love you all.
すみません、僕の汚れた汚水の雫を無重力空間に撒き散らしてしまって。
バカ、そいつは汚水なんかじゃねえよ。混じり気のない透き通ったダイヤモンドだ。
薬師寺さん。
キョキョキョ
What?
キョキョキョキョキョキョキョ。うわー、川名、やっぱおめえは天才だ。
分かったから近づかないで。翼ちゃん、ちょっと待っててね。今モコローション式ジャーマンスープレックスでこいつを投げ飛ばしてあげるから。
うわー、すごすぎる、やばすぎるぜ川名。
もうマジでうざいんだけど。
過去俺、
Oh,
その呼び方。
そっちもじゃん。自分のこと。
まあいいか。それじゃあこれからは過去と今で。
そう呼ぶことにしよう。今よしよしいい子だから泣かないの。
祝いの席、涙は似合わねえの。俺、クララのもう一杯飲んでござる。
ムッキー、イライライライライライライライライライライライ。
まあまあ落ち着いてください、司令閣下。確かに地上を焼き尽くす作戦は失敗しました。でも敵の最高司令官であるベシネスは倒せたわけですし。
そうじゃないよ、違うんだ。本館は今
Aww.
喜ぶみんなの姿を見て感動してしまってる。
Why?
そんな自分のことが許せないんだよ。
Hiroko gazed at everyone with stars in her eyes. After some time staring, she whispered to herself, just loud enough for me to hear.
みんな生きてる。
生きてるな。
午前10時はとっくに過ぎてるの。一人も欠けることなくここに。ということはつまり
俺たちは
Are we free?
タイムループから抜けられたんだ。
You mentioned it. You mentioned it to everyone.
おっしゃー。
I'm not gonna question it, bro. Our overjoyed cries echoed throughout the escape pod. Everyone was staring at us with vacant expressions, blinking.
たくみくん、ひるこさん、よかったね。
Right, he knows about that.
本当におめでとう、
Huh?
二人とも。
今の意味分かったの？
あ、
No, yeah, he knows as
全て
well.
は丸く収まったってことさ。
もしくは丸がほどけて直線になったというべきかな。
あ、なんだかよくわかんねえけど。
要するに
万人めでたく。
解決したってことっすね。
Everything has been resolved.
だったらせっかくだしやっておきましょうか。
No.
いつものやつ、みんなで首を絞め合うんだね。
それとも省庁で縄跳びを？
いつやったんだよそんなこと。
とにかく隅野出番だよ。
隅野さんお願いします。
わかった。それじゃあ行くぞ。せーの。
特防隊は宇宙一、永遠不滅の無敵部隊。何が起きてもくじけはしない。特防隊は最強じゃ。
The pod continued to drift through the emptiness of space, toward the artificial satellite in the dark distance. Oh. We weren't sure what would happen to us when we arrived. After all, we disobeyed the will of humanity. Maybe harsh punishment awaited us. Or maybe now that we'd served our purpose, the people in charge would want to have us killed. But somehow, I felt that things would be alright. No matter what kinds of difficulties we encounter, no matter what trials lie in our future, if all 17 of us come together, we'll find a way through them. On day 101, day 102, and all days after. So long as all of us are together, we can keep on finding our way. We'll walk an endlessly continuing path, leading us to an eternity where we can all be happy. That's the normal credits though. Ending 55, SF. All 17 of us. This is ending 85 and the last we will do together. I have no intention of doing the other endings. I think that we have 2 remaining routes, the comedy route, and I think it's the casual one. I don't intend to do them. But do they actually make for 15? I know I'm missing like 1 in romance, 1 in killing game, 2 in mystery. That's 4. That's 11. Can they do 11 with 2 routes? Hey, buddy, I don't know, but that's enough out of this game. That is truly enough out of this game. Let's not waste time and move on to the tier list. There was a time where this does not look good. You can barely recognize what's happening. There was a time, which is like 20 minutes ago, where I would have put this here. If the run back to the pod ending was like the definitive ending, if that even makes sense. But basically, if the ending we just got right now wasn't a good one, it legit would have ended here. It would have. But thankfully that ending, it saved me. It saved me. It really did. SF as a whole is not a pleasant route to play through. It just isn't. This game has a very, very big problem of having highs and downs. Like pretty much everything, right? However, it has a lot of highs, a lot of downs, but they fluctuate way too much. And this route, the problem is that it does way too frequently. This route started insanely strong up to like the second story lock, where after that it slowed down and things weren't as exciting anymore because of the whole retracing the other timelines. And again, that's probably the biggest problem the game has. So basically, you end up in a waiting game when you're going through these retracing events, I guess, these retracing parts of the story. And so you may be enjoying this route a lot at one point, and then it all goes down because you're doing something you already did, and it doesn't really change. You don't learn much. It's actually a bit of a chore. And then the story picks up, and it's great again. only for it to be boring again because some bullshit happened. And then it goes up. It's incredible. And then it goes down. It's absolutely ass. It's been like that for 4 episodes. It's just not enjoyable. Simply is not enjoyable. If anything, SF encapsulates all the good things and all the bad things about this game. Its highs are pretty damn high, but its lows are goddamn low as hell. There are problems, I think, to this route other than what I've just talked because, well, we're going to the satellite right now. Bad things are going to happen because we're going to realize that everything's been a lie. Eva's probably going to get killed. They're not going to let her live, I suppose, because she's an enemy. Or are we? Are we actually going to be able to strike peace with the Futurans? Could we actually rebel against them when we learn the truth? Do we even have our infusers on us? Can Suri actually make us blow up? There's too many questions. Way too many questions. Now remember, apparently there's some DLCs that are coming to this game. I don't actually know if they're confirmed. But in the meantime, we're getting novels for Eito and Nozomi. So that's going to be cool, right? But if there is going to be sequels, what route would get a sequel? Do you think SF would get one? How would sequels even work? Would they be related to other routes? Like second scenario where we actually learn the truth? But this is it for SF and the game as a whole. So we have to rank this route. Again, its highs are decently high in my opinion, especially the start of the route. However, I don't see it going higher than S rank. Oh, by the way, I didn't save the tier list last time. We're supposed to have. Hold on. Where is it? It's here. It is here. There's supposed to be a new tier, which is boom. What was it called? Yeah, alright, good. So I was saying that I don't see this this route's highs going higher than this, really. It's good, some good things happen, but it's lacking a bit of sauce. Last episode I was like, yo, imagine if I think it was last episode? I forgot. No, it was shit, it might have been 3 episodes ago. I forgot. But I was like, yo, could you imagine the same thing happening here that happened at the end of Steins Gates Zero, where Mr. Okabe goes back to BC 18,000 and gets the girls back. This was crazy hype. When I rewatched the scene, I was hype as shit. I got goosebumps. Fortunately, we did not get a scene like that. I think that, yeah, this game also suffers from that. It's lacking sauce. It's lacking hype and aura moments. It really is. And that's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, this route will not be able to be higher than this tier. But because of its slows, it's slows that happens so frequently, gotta go down. I don't even think it's an A. I really don't. Or is it? Ah, it's so hard to rank this one. It is so hard to rank this. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really tempted to just put it in B for how painful it was to go through. But I really can't. Really can't do it. I can't. There was a time where I enjoyed this route. Just now. 2 episodes ago. 2 episodes before that. And at the start of it. But the rest of the time, it just wasn't it. I want to rank this route fairly. But at the same time, I can't go against my feelings. I feel so bad ranking it so down. Because I did enjoy it. To an extent, yes. But damn. I'm so sad. I expected so much more from this route. It's probably an A. SF is probably an A. Probably better than Goodbye Eito. Probably better than Rebellion. Probably better than Evo as well. Probably better than Killing Game too. And better than Cult of Takumi. Wait, what? What the hell did I just do? It was like this, right? Yeah. I want to say it's fair, but I feel some kind of unfairness for some reason, but hey. I wish so much more. I wished for so much more. Yeah, I think SF is going to be ranked in A. It's very high A. Probably doesn't deserve to be ranked this way, but I don't know, man. You know that friend that keeps going back to his ex? That's pretty much how I feel about this. Now that we have ranked SF, I want to talk about the whole game because again, this is it. We finished the game. We have finished the game. This game, again, 240 hours. It was enjoyable. I really liked the game. But they were so... Like, I say it's good because there are very good things in this game and a lot of them. But at the same time, there are bad things in this game and a lot of them. And they weigh the experience so much. It weighs it down so much. It's genuinely sad because this game, it had potential. It had the potential to be really great. But it isn't. I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. But it isn't great. It isn't great. Let me explain. The game is weirdly structured, right? Because of the whole 100 lines, multiple timelines, 100 endings. And while it's probably one of its biggest strengths, it's also one of its worst traits. Like one of the worst things that can happen to this game is trying to get all 100 endings. Not on our side, but on the developer's side. Obviously, they couldn't put as much effort in certain routes as others. Matter of fact, they couldn't put as much effort in the other routes as they did in second scenario and Route Zero. Which is unfortunate. One of my big complaints, my biggest complaint probably about this game is that it's not really the gear, but you really feel a difference of gear between this and the other routes. Probably through the 3D cutscenes and the number of CGs. Like just try to imagine some routes, some endings with 3D cutscenes to really convey emotion, hype, just some good stuff. And that just didn't happen. SF could have benefited from that immensely. Rebellion 2 and Eva, the end of Eva could have been amazing if we had a 3D cutscene of Eva and Veshness fighting, right? Could have been incredible. Oh, Goodbye Eito with actual good CGs. That would have been crazy. There's really like imbalance, I guess, also in the quality of the story. Certain routes are good, and others are just dog shit. Conspiracy, for example, to me, is the most confusing route in the whole game. Like romance, I kind of get it. For what it is, it probably doesn't deserve to be in here. It's just, it was my first route, and I was confused out of my mind. Like, why? It's honestly not that bad, to be honest. You know how in Monster we really focus on one character? In romance we do that, but 3 different times. And so while individual character get less time to develop to get good writing, 3 characters get that treatment. And it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Tsubasa, for example, is the highlight of this route. He's absolutely incredible in this route. Kurara, hats off. Seeing the real Kurara. Having, to bear, I guess, the Suzuki name and having to act tough, damn, that was not expected. And Hiyoshika simply wanting to have a family is so heartwarming. But then again, you have conspiracy on the side. It just doesn't make sense. Slasher was absolutely horrid because technically, Box of Calamity and Slasher are the same. Empty routes where pretty much nothing happens, just mystery over mystery where people die until it ends. They're the same, but Slasher is worse. Is in a worse tier because, well, I did Box of Calamity before. And Zero Battles, for example, exists. While I didn't particularly hate it, still kind of weird because it's just nothing happens. We just fight. Multiple Eitos as well is kind of weird, but Coming of Age is pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's just good. Goodbye Eito is pretty good, pretty damn good. Rebellion is good. Eva is good. Killing Game is where it gets really good, but unfortunately there's some bad things in this route. Cult of Takumi, extremely weird route. Disgusting route. To be honest. At the same time. Damn it, it's good. It was enjoyable, god damn. The endings of this route are stellar, to be honest. SF, it had some good things, but also some bad things. Route Zero, I don't have much to say. It was a start. Yeah, don't have much to say. Box of Calamity, all in all, it was dog shit, but the 2 endings are pretty damn good. There were 2 endings that were pretty damn good. Veshness, incredible. Second scenario, that ending, damn, a monster. Incredible. Just incredible. Stellar. P. Crawl, Gold, Fire, just as the title of the tier implies. It's just, you have good, bad, good, bad, good. Now I'm not doing 6, 7, but you get what I mean. It's just weird. It's such a weird experience to have one game that makes you go through all of that. Something else I want to talk about is the soundtrack. Personally, I did not enjoy the soundtrack. I did not enjoy it. For multiple reasons. Number 1, there were not enough soundtracks for the whole game. Again, I have played 240 hours of this game. And I kept hearing the same soundtracks over and over and over and over and over again. It wasn't particularly painful, but it was redundant, very redundant. And it didn't help that most of the soundtracks didn't feel fresh, didn't feel new. How is Claire de Lune playing in this game when it played in V3? For absolutely no reason, other than the fact that the story is kind of similar to V3, right? Many other tracks share things with the V3 soundtrack. Some of them also share a bit of rain code, right? A bit of rain codes, and that's so weird. I get the callbacks and shit, but it's like I feel like it's some tinkering was done. Like, yo, I need soundtracks right now. How do I do that? Oh, I'm gonna take a soundtrack from B3 and I'm gonna change some things. I'm gonna take some soundtracks from Raincoat and I'm gonna change some things. That's what I feel. I know it's not true because this game has been in the oven for quite some time. So you'd think that the soundtracks would have been done would have been completed a while back. But I don't know. It feels weird. It really feels weird. Also, many times I took the liberty of putting a soundtrack over the actual soundtrack of the game. Why? Because I feel like, again, because of the number of soundtrack, like the number of tracks in the game, we were really limited, and some just didn't match the current events. Much like how the format, the visual novel format, was not able to convey enough emotions, I feel like the music wasn't either. If cutscenes would have helped on like the visual novel format redundancy, I guess maybe you could say that. And I think that the music also has the same problem. Some musics I just replaced because I felt like it was closer to the situation at hand and it matched it better. So the soundtrack for me is a pretty bad thing. Not necessarily, but I didn't really enjoy the soundtrack in this game because of its redundancy. Now the characters. We have very quirky characters. Yugamu, Kurara, Ima, and Kako to some extent. These characters are pretty insufferable, especially Kurara. Yugamu, I actually grew to like him because of Killing Game, but also because he just wasn't as annoying as Kurara, for example. Ima, he was annoying, but he had many good parts in the story that kind of redeemed him, made him easier to bear. Kaku's fine, to be honest, but because of her dumbass brother, he kind of gets pulled down as well. Kiyoshika, she's quirky as well, but I don't mind her. I love her so much, I don't mind. Takemaru's, he's very act first, think later, right? And he legit has mood swings. Sometimes he's a great character, and sometimes he's insufferable because he's just so dumb, right? And I get the difference because, well, he's not very smart, and that I get it. So, I mean, oh, come on, man. Come on. The other characters, Gaku can be pretty insufferable as well. But sometimes he can be sweet. He really can be sweet. I just wish... Yeah. He's kind of in the same situation as Ima. Insufferable, but sometimes has good things. But he just didn't get enough screen time, unfortunately. Shoma. Oh shit, Shoma's incredible. But we'll talk about him later. Hiruko, I love Hiruko, but I wish she could have gotten more. I know that sounds weird, when she has her whole route dedicated to her. And more than just the whole route. Really, it's the whole Uchikoshi side of the story she has dedicated to her. But it's really only in SF where she gets the spotlight, right? I wish she had more. Had more in the sense of not the spotlight, but bigger moments for her. Nozomi is a character that I thought would get the spotlight a bit more, but she didn't. And yet, she feels closer to Takumi. Because their relationship, it's not that it feels more genuine, but somehow it went farther than with Hiruko. Simply because the things that happened with Nozomi they moved me more than the things that happened with Hiruko, unfortunately. Moko is a character that I wish I could have loved more, but she's so annoying, she gets legit no spotlight in the game. She has a bit of a role in romance, she's kind of cool in it. And the only other route where she's kind of important is Killing Game, but she dies pretty early. That's so sad. So she's relegated to one-liners that are pretty annoying because she says some dumb shit, very uninteresting and not funny at all. Compared to Kurara, because Kurara sometimes, even though she's insufferable 80% of the time, she's got some good things to say. She's very funny. Surui Nigo or whatever, You know, we could talk about Surrey being the will of humanity, but at the same time being his own character, which I understand, but in the same way, he's not very enjoyable because he always acts for humanity's benefit, for their better situation, or whatever I'm saying. And, you know, one time he'll be, oh, he's kind of cool, he's kind of chill. And the next moment, he'll try to kill you. So you go back and forth, and you don't really have, he's very hard to enjoy him. Nigo's kind of cool, but it's kind of whatever in the end. Damn, because he's not a real character, doesn't get development other than being Goto in Conspiracy and doing some bullshit. That's pretty much it. Eito, oh shit, I forgot about him. Eito. Great. He is particularly great when he plays the role of an antagonist. See, overall, I'd say that Eito, when he's doing nothing, he's just being like an enemy, but just in his cage, he's really damn good. When he is actually the main villain, or like the current main problem, he jumps up so damn high. He's an absolutely incredible character. But when he's not a villain, when he's relegated to being just another part, another member of the SDU, he is still alright, but that's about it. Why? Because since he doesn't have the spotlight anymore, he doesn't get to act like his usual self. And his usual self to me is just acting like a bitch to us. Being all funny, being a traitor, wanting to harm us, wanting to make us feel despair. And I think that's the best form of Eito. Eito, as a good guy, doesn't really work. Because what makes him good is not his good sides, it's his bad sides. I don't want to say that, but I'm still going to say it. To me, he feels like a mini Nagito. Not because they play the same role, but simply because Eito is an inferior version of Nagito. Why do I even say that? Probably because Eito doesn't reach the heights Nagito reaches. But that's just because Nagito is just insane, batshit insane. And he goes to lengths nobody ever does to get what he wants. And he's got aura. Nagito's got real aura, thanks to the writing. Eito, I feel like this doesn't have that. If you disagree, which you can, it's completely fine. You can comment down below and we could talk about it. I'm down. Or am I up? I don't know how you say that. The case of Darumi. Darumi's absent for most of the game, most of hundredline 2. But when she's here, especially for Monster. No, actually, let's not talk about Monster yet. When she's here, she's fine. She's fine. She says some funny shit. When she doesn't talk about killing games, she's alright. When she talks about killing games, I feel like she's a bit on the level of Moko with the one-liners. But the references, she does say they're decent, they're pretty good. Obscure, for example, because she talks about visual novels. But I think she's enjoyable that way compared to Moko. But Monster Darumi, hey, it's not in the highest tier for nothing. This is the absolute best route in the whole game. And, well, for a good reason. It focuses solely on Darumi. But it's not boring. It's not monotonous. Because they do it so damn well. They subvert your expectation the very first moment you step into the route. Darumi comes to you and says, hey, I'm thankful for you to have saved me. Really. You're like, what? Darumi can act like this? And you get to know her more and more. And she just does a dumb decision on day 47, I think. she becomes the host for Monster. Now, I don't think it's 47, maybe before. But she does that for Takumi. And her love for Takumi, whether at this point is love for a friend or love for an actual lover. Like, damn, girl. I wish I could do the same for you. But unfortunately, I can't because this game is cruel. The writers have decided that this route would be cruel because Darumi simply does not get a good ending. Darumi is doomed. Number one, by the memories that were implanted in her. And by the end of Monster. If you choose to actually go with the monster, well, is it actually Darumi? Is it not? I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I had an answer. I really wish I did, but it's not necessarily a good ending because, well, she eats everyone, everyone becomes immortal, everyone can't die anymore. Technically, it is a happy ending. Nobody's going to die. They can all live happily ever after. Literally. But it feels so wrong. It feels so wrong. That's why you choose the other ending, where you don't join her. You don't join her and Eito. But then you learn that it's not actually Darumi. Darumi must have succumbed to the monster a few days before because of the whole mood change. She reverted back to the usual Darumi. Instead of being the, yo, you can actually talk about us. We know you. We know you now. And that's so damn sad because somehow he still chooses to give us the Ruby tier. And you're like, was this actually Darumi or not? I can't tell because we've been told that the monster tends to have suicidal thoughts. Right? So maybe the monster killed itself because of those thoughts. And not because Darumi sacrificed herself for us. And that's just so damn sad. This route is absolutely incredible. Top 1 in the whole game. And unfortunately, there isn't anything that tops it. It just makes Darumi legit the best character in this game. I wish Shiruko could have taken that spot because I had so many expectations for SF and simply didn't pay off. Kiyoshika overall is a goofball. She's not very deep, but when she does get deep, for example in romance, right? She's pretty damn interesting. She's just a cool character to have around, really. She's a very lovable character. Yugamu, as I said, a bit insufferable because the second campus guys are just very, very quirky. But the Yugamu in Killing Game was wow. Wow. He takes the role of the bro, the homie, the best friend, and he does it so incredibly well. It's absolutely shocking to see the difference between this Yugamu and the other Yugamus in the other timelines. But damn, he was good in this route. Otherwise, I guess it's kind of whatever, like really whatever, because he's always on some weird shit. Shion, as I said in the past, for what he is meant to do and what he actually does, I think they couldn't have made him better. Really. They couldn't. He fulfills his job so damn well by being the ghost that appears from time to time. When he does, he's like, yo, I'm gonna need you to listen to this. And spits out raw fire. Life-changing quotes. That's so enjoyable because he does that very often. And when we actually get to know him, he's actually a cool guy. A very shy boy. I'm sorry, guys. Don't do this for me. You don't have to do this. It'll be fine. I'll accept my death. Like, wow, it's incredible. It takes balls to be able to say that. He's resigned himself to death so much that He really jumps at the first occasion where he can die. A pleasing character, really. Did I talk about Tsubasa? I don't think so. Tsubasa, most of the time, she's just fine, to be honest. She's not annoying. She's maybe her always saying, yo, I'm gonna vomit, can be annoying, but other than that, her personality is normal, so she's not annoying. Like, her whole character is not based around being annoying. So she's completely fine. But then, Killing Game and Romance, because she gets the spotlight twice in the game, she shines so brightly. She shines so brightly, and I think that her voice actress does an incredible job. Musashi's voice actress from Fate, she does an incredible job in this game. Her laugh, where she goes type shit, incredible. It just makes me smile. I haven't heard much of the English dub, but from what I heard, Tsubasa is pretty damn good in English. I would expect the praises I'm singing to her to carry over to English. Oh, but hey, Tsubasa, I like you, alright? But fuck your grandpa, bro. Hiruko. Hiruko is an interesting character. We don't talk much to her in Road Zero because she dies very early. She really only is a character in LDA 2. And her base character, I guess, is just fine. She doesn't get the spotlight as a secondary character, unfortunately. So you don't really get to experience much of her as the normal one. And so I guess she's just alright in that role. But when she gets the spotlight, she's good. She's good. She gets some kind of romance route in SF, where she's the main girl. It's very good. I wish it went a bit further. Kind of like in Killing Game, right? I wish Takumi was like how he was with Tsubasa in Killing Game with Hiruko in here. Like, yes, he did say, I'm gonna protect you. But Takumi killed people in Killing Game for Tsubasa. Well, and Yugamu, yes, but that's a pretty big achievement. Hiruko overall in the Uchikoshi stuff, she's pretty good. She's pretty good, but again, I wanted so much more from her. So I set myself up for disappointment. The whole servant stuff, I like it. I swear I like it. It makes the relationship special. It really makes it. Simply because Hiruko really likes to talk down on Takumi, but at her core, she's very sweet. And that's just her way of expressing her feelings. And her bonding events, her free time events, were really good as well. Or really good. Not really, because in this game they're not very, very good, the free time events. However, I found her to be pretty interesting because, well, number one, she wanted babies, a lot of babies. That was kind of weird, but that was funny, really. It was funnier than anything. Now, what really was the spotlight was her relationship with her parents. Her parents were people that helped, well, her fake parents, people that helped people a lot. And she despised that thing about her parents. Thing is, it's extremely ironic because she's the exact same. She is the very same thing she hates. She tries to escape the loop for 40 years, but she's not able to. She tries to save people every time. We saw that with Darumi in Killing Game. We saw that in Box of Calamity at the end. She said, I'm going to break that loop, whatever it takes. And one of the requirements for breaking the loop was making everyone live. We saw how she acted with Takumi in like a slasher. She loves him. She loves the dude. But she also loves the others. We just don't get to see it very often. Darumi, for example, in Killing Game, we saw a bit of that. I wish Hiruko had more interactions with the rest of the cast. That would have helped a lot. Overall, I think that Hiruko's pretty good, but I wished more from her. Eva. Eva is a really interesting character, but most of the time she's brainwashed. And so she only shines when she's not brainwashed, whether it's as a ghost, whether it's as an ally, I guess, like in Eva. It's pretty special in Eva. Where else did she get the spotlight? Is she actually? I don't think so. But sometimes she's interesting under the brainwashing. When she acts like a... how can I say that? Like parts of her personality still remain while the brainwashing is active. And I found those parts of her pretty good. Like her having Nigo as a friend. That was pretty cool. Other than that, when she's not brainwashed, I feel like she's a very good character. A very, very, very good character. Our first experience with that Eva was in Box of Calamity, where she was searching for her village and her daughter. That was good. We saw Eva cry. We saw Eva forgive us, even though we're villains. Right? That takes a lot from someone to be able to forgive. That was great. Even Eva being able to actually be Eva, not Eva the paragon of nature, not Eva the hero, but just Eva, the Eva that has a daughter waiting for her at home, the Eva that is in love with Takumi. Her finding her identity, damn, it was good. It was damn good. Overall, a very strong character. I think I've talked about everyone, and the only remaining one is Shoma, I think. Oh no, the remaining one is Takumi. But we'll talk about the case of Takumi Sumino just after that. Shoma is a character that is 80% of the game annoying. But in the other 20%, he is my favorite character. Legit. He is legit my favorite character. He talks about hope. He talks about trying to better himself. And that just speaks to me so damn much. Him having two different endings where he has hype and aura moments is just so crazy to me. It is absolutely so crazy to me. This is why Box of Blessings is so high. And that ending where he preaches hope against Eito and Veshness, I'm like, what? What am I experiencing right now? This guy, he's a scaredy cat. And yet, he's an absolute unit of a man. How is that possible? He's telling us about the mistakes we've made and how he's trying to correct them. How things aren't set in stone. With effort, we can actually make things better. And I'm just like, wow, really? This is the type of shit I like the most in fiction. This is why I love Saint Seiya so much. This is why I love Fist of the North Star so much. This is why I love Dragon Ball Z so much. The quest to bettering yourself. I think that's something that speaks to me tremendously. I just love that. That specific plot point. And that's why Shoma's just so high up in the damn list. Something that Takumi Sumino unfortunately isn't. Takumi, I don't really like Takumi. I think I'm fine with him, but I'm like, damn. He's like... Hajime, if he never got hype and aura moments through the whole Izuru stuff. This is what Takumi feels to me. I really feel like, I'm sorry, this is what is missing from Takumi. I think that, to me, my favorite Takumi throughout the whole game is the Overlord ending Takumi. That Takumi is so different from the rest of the game. He goes to such lengths. I'm like, what? His personality actually changes. He's a whole different Takumi. And it really made me feel like my choices really mattered. He made such a 180. I'm like, wow. Wow. Well, I guess that's development. Yeah, to me, Takumi is very sauceless. He's got no sauce. If we were to take like the protagonists of the Kodaka verse, I guess, Big Mac, Makoto Naegi. It's kind of basic, to be honest. I'm not that big of a fan of Makoto, but he's the hope machine. He is the hope machine. He's the one that started it all. I have respect for him. I think if I had to rank Big Mac, he would be in like A tier. He's like him. He is Danganronpa. He's him. Show him some respect. And then there's Hajime, which Hajime is my personal favorite because even though Hajime's he's not bland, but he just does nothing for 95% of the game and really only shines in the last 5%, the whole Izuru stuff. And even though it's very shoehorned in some way, it's shoehorned really because it's a lot of information at the end of the game. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. But, oh my god, this man. I'm sorry if I keep repeating aura, this, aura that, but this man is the embodiment of aura. In the Danganronpa 3 anime, at the end, the final episode, when he storms like the boats or whatever, and he just 1v99s, I'm like, I just smile so damn much. I'm like, what? I love this guy so damn much. Yeah, wouldn't really be able to explain it. Really, I wouldn't be. He's not really a great character, but the Izuru stuff, I just loved it so much. It's just so cool, man. He's just so cool. I love him. And then there's Shuichi. Y'all remember when I said that Big Mac was Danganronpa himself? Well, Shuichi is as well. Like on a higher tier. If Big Mac was ranked in A, Shuichi would be like 3 ranks higher. He'd be in peak raw gold fire. That is how much I love Shuichi. Absolutely stellar writing. And he develops from the start compared to the other protagonists who either slowly develop or only get development at the end when facing Junko. This man, Shuichi, chapter 1 development. When he takes the hat off, incredible. The whole Kaede stuff, incredible. I'm speechless. That game, V3, it shocked me to my core. This shit, classic. The ending is what I'm gonna say. I don't give a shit. But to me, the ending of V3 cemented to me that, yo, this Danganronpa shit, classic. All-time classic. If y'all think Dragon Ball, for example, is like classic manga anime, not even going into the specifics of like it being a shonen, a battle shonen to be specific, no, just a classic of anime. Well, to me, Danganronpa has that same title, I guess, of classic, that same feeling of classic. I'm sorry. Shuichi, to me, he's just absurd, really. I cannot fathom how a character could be this good. Him saying, no, I reject that hope. What? I wish, I kind of started my YouTube journey a bit earlier, because if I was able to watch it again, my reaction really to the ending of V3, I'd do it. I wish I could, but I wish I was not determined enough by that time. But yeah, Shuichi's it's just top 1. And should I talk about Mr. Coco Head Yuma? Yuma is I'd say he's on the lower end of the tier list. Why? Because I want to say he's a bit spineless. Not just in a height, but his character, right? Throughout the game. But number one, the whole number one stuff, wow. Wow. And see, if Yuma didn't get that, the whole number one stuff, the crazy ass ending raid code had, I think it'd be pretty down in the list. But no, Yuma's pretty damn good. He's at the very least in A rank with Big Mac, if not a rank higher. Maybe a tad bit under Hajime. But Takumi, he has nothing. Personally, I think he has nothing for him to make him good or anything. I read that a lot of months ago, actually. I don't remember when it was, but I read that Takumi apparently had sauce, aura, writing all to himself, and that made him one of the best protagonists Kodaka has ever written. But I didn't feel that when playing. I really didn't. Which I find unfortunate. But hey, you are free to feel whatever you want and think however you want. It's fine to have different opinions. I had fun playing this game. I had tremendous fun playing this game. Those 240 hours we played together over the span of like, how many months? 7 months? It was enjoyable. It was very enjoyable. And I will cherish that memory, to be honest. I will. But damn, this game had low points. It had downs. And they heavily weighted the experience down. I'm gonna repeat it as much time as it takes. Which is unfortunate. This game could have been really great. But again, I guess that's the rules of the game. Simply because Kodaka had a challenge. One game, 100 endings. And it had to be done at a cost. Which is pretty much the bad parts of the game. So, I guess this is a compromise. Which I'm fine with that. I'm fine. All in all, again, it was a good game. It was a very good game. A very good game. But I can understand why some people would just not enjoy it. I think we had the pretty much full experience of this game, which is why I'm so critical of it, right? But at the same time, I provide information, my thoughts about what I liked about this game, so I guess it evens it out. But my last words will be, while the 100 ending and the quantity of this game is one of its strengths, because not only is there quantity, there's also quality. Because, see, among all these routes, yes, there's a lot, so it's bound to have some bad ones, right? Sometimes you say that quality over quantity, right? And quantity over quality would mean that the overall quality is low, right? Well, I think that the average quality of a route in this game is pretty high. So I don't think that this argument of quantity over quality applies here. However, its quantity is a cons. Without a doubt, it is one of its biggest weaknesses. One of the game's biggest weakness. And at the same time, it's also one of its greatest. It's one of its greatest points. There's so much content, so you can keep playing. You like the game? Keep playing. You still like the game after 50% of it? Keep playing. You still like the game after 70% of it? Keep playing. And that's so good. That is so good. And since there's more and more and more and more content, sometimes the content is absolutely stellar. Monster, for example. Second scenario, Veshness, Eva. Right? So long as, you gotta dodge the shitters like Conspiracy, you're fine. So yeah, these 100 endings are its greatest strength, and also its greatest weakness. This game is a walking contradiction. Oh, by the way, can we talk about something in SF? What about the stream rays? What about the spaceship fuck ass Kako was talking about? What the hell was that? I swear I will be doing some researches because I'm so confused about that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it. What I am going to do him now before I forget and close off this video. I'm back. There are no explanations for the dream rays. Whatever the fuck she's talking about. No explanations. No explanations. However, I read a bit of what the people had to say, and one thing they said is that SF is mistaken as the golden root of this game, like the true definitive root of this game. However, that is not the case, and that's probably because people hyped it up a bit too much, and I completely understand. I just set myself for disappointment. It's unfortunate, really unfortunate. There is no definitive ending in this game, and that is in some way a strength of this game. That means that anyone can play the game and just stop at any moment and be satisfied. Because if there was one definitive ending, that would make the others irrelevant. Why should I care about an ending, X or Y ending, when ending 1, for example, of second scenario is just the canon ending, is just so goddamn good. Everyone is alive, and we broke the time loop at the same time, and the futures are alive, etc., right? I kind of understand that point, but at the same time, it's unsatisfying. It fills it with a void. I've completed the game, but I am not entirely satisfied with it. So I feel like I'm gonna forget this game pretty quickly. That's what I think. Even though I've played this game for so long, it just didn't mark me, unfortunately. Usually, any kind of media will impact you for a long time because of their ending. Why do people love Code Geass so much? Because of its ending. Let's take another example. Why do I love Trails Beyond the Horizon so damn much? Because the ending is crazy. It is crazy to this day, and it's only been not even a year since I finished it, but like 11 months. It marked me. Many other forms of art will mark you by their endings. And when it does not end good, you're left with a sour feeling. In this case, it didn't end bad, thankfully. But it's still not as satisfying. Still not. But again, this is the game's magic. You can just play one route of LDA2 and call it wraps. This is what Kodaka wanted. He crafted this game to be a game technically anyone could jump in and out from at any time. And again, I think that's one of its strengths, but also one of its biggest weaknesses. And that's really the last thing I will say and I will yap about. People, this was hundredline. Last Defense Academy. 85 endings. 200 and probably 2 hours. In the span of 7 months, approximately. This was really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. But also not at times. One hell of a game this was. One hell of a game this was. I'm going to say goodbye to y'all. And see you in the next one for some Ace Attorney 3. Goodbye.